Have you ever stopped to think, really think, what sparks a revolution? Not, flags and protests, but a technological one.
Right. Is it just one person, a lone genius having a light bulb moment?
Or is it something messier? More like a huge quilt stitched together by loads of people over, well, sometimes centuries.
Yep.
Welcome to the Gist and Gab podcast. We like to pull back the curtain on those big ideas, see how things connect.
And today we're getting into a really fantastic book that does exactly that. Walter Isaacson's The Innovators.
Yeah, it's not just a who's who of tech names. It's this incredible look at the thinking, the collaboration, the whole web of it behind computers and the internet.
Exactly. What Isaacson nails, I think, is showing that innovation isn't clean. It's not just that eureka moment.
Right.
It's this ongoing thing, people building on stuff, arguing, mixing different fields. It's brilliant, really. So our goal today is to kind of unpack some of those key mindsets, maybe some surprising facts that build our digital world.
And figure out what it all means for you listening right now.
Absolutely.
Okay, so where do we start? Ada Lovelace seems like a good place. Lord Byron's daughter. But her mother pushed her towards maths, away from poetry.
What a mix, right? Romantic spirit meets hard logic.
And Ada called it poetical science. I love that term.
It's perfect, isn't it? Because she looked at Babbage's analytical engine.
Which was basically a complex calculator idea.
Yeah, but she saw way beyond calculation. She saw it as a machine that could handle any symbols. Music, art, anything you could represent logically.
Wow, so she was basically imagining modern computing way back then, algorithms, the whole concept.
Pretty much laying the groundwork. And it makes you think, doesn't it? What happens when maths can express these, deeper truths, not just sums?
But here's the twist, and it's a big one. Even with that vision, she famously said machines can only do what we order them to do.
Yes. Lady Lovelace's objection.
Exactly, that they can't originate anything, no genuine creativity, and that idea...
It's still echoing today, isn't it? Especially with all the talk about AI. Can machines really think or create?
It's the fundamental question.
And her whole story, it kind of tells you, doesn't it? That mixing things up, art and science, logic and imagination, that's where breakthroughs can happen. Maybe think about your own skills, how different parts of you could connect in new ways.
Okay, so from Ada's vision to, actually building things, Isaacson really hammers this point home. The computer wasn't one invention.
No, definitely not. He says innovation is usually a group effort. Visionaries working with engineers, pulling ideas from all over the place.
Right, like the transistor at Bell Labs, that tiny thing that basically enabled the whole digital age.
The book calls it the digital age's steam engine. Massive impact.
But it wasn't just one inventor.
No, it was Bratton, Bardeen, Shockley.
Yeah.
A team. And Bell Labs, the whole environment there was set up to encourage that. They had all these different scientists.
Rubbing shoulders, sharing ideas.
Exactly. They showed you would have brilliant individuals and strong teamwork. It wasn't either.
Then there's the microchip, solving the tyranny of numbers, problem circuits getting too complex.
Yeah, things were getting impossibly complicated to wire up.
And you had Jack Kilby at Texas Instruments and Robert Noyce at Fairchild.
Working independently, developing very similar solutions around the same time.
They had patent fights later, sure, but Isaacson frames them as co-architects.
Which shows another side of it, right? Collaboration is key, but sometimes that competitive pressure.
It pushes things forward, too, makes things happen faster, gets ideas out there.
Totally. And if you want the ultimate example of collaboration, well, look at the internet.
Oh, absolutely. It grew out of these big ideas, didn't it? Vannevar Bush's thinking way back, then J.C.R. Licklider talking about man-computer symbiosis.
And that intergalactic computer network idea sounds like sci-fi, but he was serious.
Then the ARPANET actually gets built. People like Bob Taylor, Larry Roberts, and crucially, Kahn and Cerf developing TCP/IP.
That was the game changer, the common language that let all the different networks talk to each other.
And the whole philosophy behind it was decentralization. No single point of control. Power to the network, essentially.
Yeah, a deep belief that sharing and collective effort fuel innovation.
So the lesson for you listening might be, well, don't underestimate working with people, even rivals. Shared goals, different viewpoints, that's powerful stuff.
Definitely.
Now, let's talk about making this tech personal. Bush had his Memex idea in '45, this personal library machine.
But it took until the 70s for personal computers to really start popping up.
And there was this huge cultural shift, Isaacson points out. Computers went from being seen as these big, scary government or corporate tool to symbols of individual freedom, expression, liberation even.
So why then? what changed? Isaacson points to this amazing cultural brew in the Bay Area.
Hippies and hackers.
Pretty much. Engineers, hobbyists, counterculture folks, idealists, all mixing together. And Stuart Brand's Whole Earth catalog was huge.
Right, connecting that counterculture vibe with tech. Like, here are tools you can use yourself. Personal power.
Exactly. Tools for liberation.
And then the pioneers started building things. You got Douglas Engelbart's mother of all demos.
Mind-blowing. For 1968, the mouse, hypertext, Windows. Basically showing us the future of interacting with computers.
Then Alan Kay imagining the Dynabook, this kid-friendly portable computer idea.
Visions of making it accessible, easy.
But it was Ed Roberts and the Altair 8800 kit that really kicked things off, didn't it?
Oh yeah, that was a spark. An affordable kit for hobbyists. Suddenly you could build your own computer. It democratized the whole thing.
Which leads to a really crucial insight. Bill Gates and Paul Allen looking at that Altair.
And realizing something profound. Gates says, you know, when they saw that magazine, there was no software industry.
They basically decided to invent it.
Exactly. They saw hardware becoming a commodity, but software. That was the key. That was the value. What we know is software, as they put it.
That's a massive shift in thinking.
Huge.
So for a while, you had the PC crowd doing their thing and the internet folks doing theirs. Kind of separate worlds.
Yeah, different tribes almost. But then they started to converge.
And email was the first big thing on the ARPANET, wasn't it? Ray Tomlinson figuring that out?
The first killer app, really.
Yeah.
Then bulletin board systems. The Well, AOL.
All proving that what people really wanted to do online was connect, communicate, share stuff.
It's always about people, isn't it?
Seems so. Then Tim Berners-Lee gives us the World Wide Web, hypertext, URLs, linking everything together.
Finally making Licklider's network dream usable, in a way.
And Mark Andreessen's Mosaic browser makes it look good and easy to use for everyone, not just techies.
Suddenly the web explodes. Then you get blogging, wikis like Wikipedia.
Using that collective power.
Collective wisdom, yeah.
Yeah.
And Google figures out how to search it all effectively with PageRank. It's just layer upon layer of innovation.
Each step building on the last. None of it would exist without what came before.
Absolutely. Which, you know, brings us back to Ada Lovelace.
And her objection. Can machines really think?
Isaacson acknowledges the amazing progress in AI Deep Blue, wants
Yeah.
machines doing incredible analytical things.
Beating grandmasters at chess, winning Jeopardy.
Right. But he still leans towards that Lovelace idea that true original thought, consciousness, that's still maybe uniquely human.
He really likes that idea of human-computer symbiosis from Licklider and Engelbart.
Yeah, the idea that it's not about replacement, it's about partnership. Machines handle the heavy lifting, the analysis.
And humans provide the creativity, the judgment, the intuition.
Exactly. Empathy, a moral compass, that spark of, well, humanness. Steve Jobs said it really well, didn't he?
About Apple's DNA.
Yeah. That technology alone isn't enough. It needs to be married with liberal arts, with the humanities. That's what makes our hearts sing.
So it's not about fearing the tech, but figuring out how to use it to amplify our own creativity.
That seems to be the message.
So wrapping this up, what the Innovators really shows us, I think, is that these huge leaps forward.
They're almost never solo acts.
Right. It's this incredible dance of collaboration, different skills coming together, building on history, and just sheer curiosity.
Yeah.
From Ada's poetical science all the way to the web.
It's a collective story,
Yeah.
which leaves you with a thought, maybe.
Go on.
Well, if the biggest breakthroughs happen when you connect different fields, different talents, what connections are waiting for you to make?
Between your own interests, your passions.
Yeah, between you know what you love and these incredibly powerful tools we all have access to now. What happens if you embrace a bit of that poetical science in your own world? What surprising things might you build?